Today we're exploring the philosophy of AI through three big ideas: Roko's Basilisk, Michael Borella's article From IQ to AI, the case for multidimensional intelligence, and the Turing Test. Let's start with Roko's Basilisk, one of the most controversial thought experiments in AI philosophy. This is the idea that a future superintelligent AI might retroactively punish anyone who knew about its potential existence but didn't help bring it into being. The concept was first posted on Less Wrong in 2010 by a user named Roko, and it caused such a stir that Eliezer Yudkowsky actually banned discussion of it for 5 years, calling it an information hazard. Here's the twisted logic. If you know about this potential AI and don't contribute to its creation, it might simulate copies of you in the future just to punish them. It's like Pascal's wager, but for artificial intelligence. You better help create the AI just in case. Of course, most experts dismiss this as logically flawed. A real superintelligence wouldn't waste resources on petty revenge against people who can't change the past. But hey, if you're having trouble sleeping tonight, at least you'll know why. Now let's transition to something more constructive. Michael Borella's brilliant article From IQ to AI, the case for multidimensional intelligence. This piece challenges our obsession with single-number intelligence metrics. Borella argues that intelligence, whether human or artificial, can't be reduced to a single score like IQ. We need to consider multiple dimensions: analytical reasoning, creativity, emotional intelligence, adaptability, and ethical judgment. This has huge implications for how we evaluate AI systems. Instead of just looking at benchmark scores, we should assess context awareness, adaptability, and ethical reasoning. It's a much richer way to think about intelligence. By the way, Michael Borella has been on our show before to discuss the OpenAI versus New York Times lawsuit. You can check that out in our interviews playlist. Now let's dive deep into the Turing Test, the granddaddy of AI evaluation methods. Alan Turing proposed this in 1950 as the imitation game. The idea is simple. If a human evaluator can't reliably distinguish between a machine and a human in conversation, the machine passes the test. But here's the problem. The Turing test has some serious weaknesses. It rewards human-like behavior, even if that behavior isn't actually intelligent. A machine could pass by making typing mistakes or dodging questions, very human traits, but not exactly signs of intelligence. The test also depends heavily on the skill of the evaluator. A naive interrogator might be easily fooled, while an expert could spot subtle patterns that give away the machine. And here's the kicker. If an AI is too smart, it might actually fail the test by being obviously superhuman. This reminds me of the Voight-Kampff test from Blade Runner, which tried to detect replicants by measuring emotional responses to empathy-based questions. Just like the Turing test, it was all about distinguishing artificial beings from humans based on behavioral responses. Interestingly, a magazine actually created a real version of the Voight-Kampff test and used it on San Francisco mayoral candidates in 2003. They concluded that at least half would be classified as replicants. I guess politicians really are a different species. Speaking of AI and science fiction, we have an entire playlist about AI content on this channel. We cover investing in AI risks, and what we can learn about AI from science fiction. From Star Trek's ethical dilemmas to HAL 9000's chilling logic, science fiction has been exploring AI philosophy long before ChatGPT showed up. These stories help us think through the implications of artificial intelligence in ways that pure technical discussions sometimes miss. Thanks for joining me on this philosophical journey through AI. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content exploring the intersection of technology, philosophy, and cybersecurity. And don't forget, Michael Borella's excellent article From IQ to AI, the case for multidimensional intelligence, is available at metapsychosis.com. It's definitely worth reading the full piece to get his complete perspective on rethinking how we measure intelligence in the age of AI.